tissues is the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is everything that you can see when you face in front of a mirror. It covers the body's internal and external surfaces with one or more tightly packed cells. So epithelial cells are classified according to the shape of the individual cells and the number of layers that they form in. So the cell shape, there will be squamous. So squamous cells, or it looks like a flattened cells or a fish scale. It is thin because its function is for fast absorption and diffusion of substances. Also, the cuboidal or the cube-shaped cells, it aids in the absorption of nutrients. The columnar cells are tall and thin, which is for absorption of nutrients. Remember that the shape of each kind of epithelial cell correlates with its function. So take note that there are three shapes of a cell. We have the squamous, cuboidal, and the columnar. Now let's learn the layer of the epithelial cells. When you say simple, it is only made up of one or single layer of cells. When we say stratified, it means that it is made up of two or more layers or multiple layers of cell. A pseudostratified, on the other hand, are mostly just one layer, but it contains different shapes and sizes. From the prefix itself, pseudo, it means false. Thus, pseudostratified is a false multiple layer of cells. Now, since we learned about the shape of the cell and the layer of a cell, now we can name the epithelial tissue or the epithelium. In order to name an epithelial tissue, let's have the first name as the number of layers. So it can be simple, stratified, or pseudostratified, depending on the number of layers of that cell. And the last name will be the shape of the cell. So it can be squamous or the flattened shaped cell, the cuboidal cell or the cube-shaped cell, and the columnar, which are tall and thin. Now let's try to name some epithelium or epithelial cell. How about this one? Can you name this? Try to look at or identify the number of layer. Is it single layer or multiple layer? And how about the shape of the cell? Does it look like a flattened shaped cell, or a cube-shaped cell, or a tall and thin shaped cell, which is the columnar? So therefore, we can see here that the shape that there is only one layer of cell, and the shape of the cell looks like a flattened shaped cell. Therefore, it is squamous. So this is named as simple squamous epithelium. Now, let's move on to this picture. We have here, as you can see, we have multiple layers of cells. So meaning, since we mentioned that there is a multiple layer of cell, so it means that this is stratified. And how about the shape of the cell? Yes, very good. It is flat-shaped cell. So it means that this is squamous cells. So the name of this epithelial cells is stratified squamous epithelium. How about this? How many layers are there? Yes, very good. There are multiple layers or two or more layers of this cell. And what is the shape of a cell? Yes, it looks like a cube. So therefore, it is a cuboidal cells. So the name of this epithelial tissue is stratified cuboidal epithelium. Very good. Now these cells, these different epithelium has specific locations in our body. The simple squamous epithelium can be found in the air sacs of the lungs, lining of the blood vessels, heart, and lymphatic tubes. Stratified squamous epithelium can line or lines the skin, the vagina, the esophagus, and the mouth. Cuboidal cells are found in the kidney tubules, duct, and small glands, and in the surface of ovary. Simple columnar epithelium lines the digestive tract, the gallbladder, and excretory ducts of some glands. It has a microvilli at the surface for absorption. Next, we have the pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. So this lines the bronchi, the uterine tubes, and some of the uterus. It propels mucus or reproductive cells by ciliary action because in this epithelium, it has a cell modification that is a cilia or a hair-like projections of the cell.